Hi everyone, so I'm back with another video. This is going to be a rose gold acrylic nail design that I actually saw on Instagram. I think it was Glam and Glits or maybe it was Kiara Sky who posted it. I don't know. I did it on myself like maybe a month or so ago. It was like the beginning of this whole quarantine mess. And I really liked it. So I'm just going in right now and I'm going to show you how I shape my tips. So I'm just going in with a tip gutter first, and I snip off the excess length. And if I'm doing coffin, almond, or stiletto, which I fully intended to do coffin here, but then I clipped off too much on one nail and I was like, oh, guess we're going stiletto. I go in with a straight edge nail clipper to clip off the excess, and so I don't have to do quite as much filing, because as I'm sure I've said in every single video, filing is my least favorite part of nails. So I just go in and I clip off. I'll clip off more if I'm doing a stiletto or kind of like an almond shape. I want to keep a little bit of that if I'm doing like a tapered square or a coffin. So I just go and snip it off. Scissors, like little manicure scissors, would work as well. I just prefer the straight edge nail clipper because I think it gives, a straight edge and I can kind of see what I'm doing better. Alright, so now I'm going in with that fantastic file from Exclusive Nail Couture. I think the file sticker on this is like a 120 grit, I believe. So you wouldn't want to like buff a natural nail with that. So I'm basically just shaping it up and making sure the point isn't like super sharp, but I want it to be even. And then I'm going to blend in the tip to the natural nail. So I'm not actually hitting the natural nail, I'm more so hitting the tip. And then I'm going to buff the top of the tip so that it's not shiny. Now this one, I want the tip of this ring finger to be clear. So what I'm going to do is after I shape this up, I'm going to take my file and I'm going to blend the where the nail and the tip meet, and I'm going to buff. Oh, I get the little scraggles out. That's super satisfying to me. But I'm going to use my file for this part, and then I'm going to go in at the tip with a buffer, like my Exclusive Nail Couture buffer that is used for gel polish. And I do that because it doesn't create as noticeable of scratches, but it still abrases the tip enough that the acrylic is going to stick to it, so I get a really crystal clear tip. So I'm just going to continue to shape these nails up, and because I took quite a lot off with the nail clippers, I don't have too much to do, which is great because I hate filing. And like I said, just getting the scraggles out of underneath the tip is like super satisfying to me. Like, I don't know. I just think maybe I'm strange, but I probably am strange. But yeah. I think it's fun to do this stuff on my practice hand because I don't really get to do these kind of shapes on other people. No one has ever asked me for almond, like a long almond. No one has ever asked me for stiletto. The longest nails I've done are honestly on myself. I do a lot of short nails and like short square, short rounded sometimes, but never like the fun long nails. And I don't do a whole lot of all acrylic designs on other people. I try to convince them to, but it's what the client wants. So usually they just go with what they know because not a lot of salons around me offer it. So I'm just going to make sure again that tip is, since it's stiletto, is dead center with that nail. I'm going to blend it, and I'm going to take the shine off the tip so they will be ready for acrylic application. Alright, so for acrylic application, we are going to do concealer pink for the nail bed from Exclusive Nail Couture. We're going to use Milky White from the Color Blend collection from Glam and Glits. We are going to use Glam and Glits Diamond Acrylic collection in Adore, which is a super pretty rose gold glitter. It's fine. We are going to use Glam and Glits ColourPop collection in Sandcastle. That is such a gorgeous color. I love it. I'll tell you more about it later. I'm going to use the Pure glitter from Exclusive Nail Couture called Poppy. It's kind of like a fine-ish glitter, but it's holographic and it's rose gold. It's super pretty. And then, of course, we will be using Exclusive Nail Couture's Crystal Clear to cap everything. So I've already got my clear base down on this, and my first nail that I'm going to do is going to be the nail with the extended nail bed. So I'm going in with that concealer pink, and I went in with a pretty dry bead. You want to do, when you're doing smile lines, at least the, like, top of the smile line, or maybe bottom of the smile line, I don't know, whatever direction your nail goes, the part that's not near the cuticle. You want to go in with a dry bead because you really want to have control to mold it. And the more molding and kind of finessing that you do with that bead with your brush, the less you're going to have to go in and refine with a file. Then I'm going to go in with a cuticle bead, and I'm just kind of going to blend it up towards the top of that bead. I want to make a really nice wall here so that I can really nuzzle the glitter into, like, around that wall, especially near the sidewalls, because you don't want the sidewalls to be, like, fat, because you're, you know, putting that glitter on, and so that's why you really want your smile lines to have a nice wall up against them, and you want it to be high enough that you can nudge that glitter up, but not super thick, but you can build your structure with this. You could also go in and cap it with clear. It's all personal preference. I am going in with Sandcastle now. This is that color that I just absolutely love from the ColourPop collection of Glam and Glits. I honestly don't even know how to describe it. Like, it is such a unique color. I mean, I guess I shouldn't say that, because I'm pretty sure that CJP has a color that's very similar to this, and I think it actually might just be called rose gold, but it's literally a rose-colored pink with gold flecks of glitter in it. And it's not like, it's not like straight up glitter, it's like a glitter shimmer. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's beautiful, and I love this color so, so much. I'm so glad I got it. It was actually the picture on Instagram that I almost completely copied these nails of that inspired me to get that color. I was just like, wow, I need to place an order for that. And so I did. The brush that I'm working with right here is the Exclusive Nail Couture. I think it's the vanilla brush. It's from the Petit Macaroon collection. It's a size 12. So I normally use a size 10 or 12 for longer nails. Just kind of depends on what mood I'm in. I don't know. It's a different, you've really got to, every brush has a learning curve, because you've got to make sure your product ratio is right, and you got to make sure you're not, like, clumping the brush. So, I don't know. Every brush has a learning curve, and I do like this one. I have another number 12 brush on the way from them. So, on this middle finger, I'm going to go in with Milky White at the tip. And now this is from the Color Blend collection, so it does need capping, supposedly. You could go in by yourself, on its own, and, you know, not worry about it. But if you have any issue with ombres, or French fades, or baby boomer, whatever your heart desires to call it, I highly, highly, highly suggest to get the Glam and Glits Color Blend collection Milky White, because it is so easy to work with. The consistency is just beautiful, and it fades super nice, but it's opaque, you know, enough that you don't have to build it up super, super high. You can still cap it. I think Glam and Glits has this in a Back to Basics powder, like a core powder, because it's not that super stark white. It's like kind of a milkier white, which is why it's called Milky White. As you can see, like, that was literally flawless. Like, the fade is beautiful, and all I have to do is just add a little bit at the tip to make it as opaque as I want, and it doesn't yellow, which is also very nice. So, surprise, you get two index fingers because I totally forgot that this is what I wanted to do on the thumb, so I just popped this out and stuck it on the thumb and then did another one on the index finger, so I'm aware that the index finger was filmed twice. So this is just another full nail of Sandcastle because it's just so pretty, and as you've probably seen throughout my videos, there's a pretty common, most of the time, if you want to make a cohesive design, I would recommend doing the thumb and the pinky the same, like, style. So, like, if you're doing, you know, one color on the pinky, you might want to do that color also on the thumb, so it's kind of like cohesive and it bookends, you know, on the same, and then you can have your other 3 nails because your index, middle, and ring finger are the nails that people are going to pay the most attention to because they're in the middle of your hand. So that's just how I create nail designs. I'm just going in and I'm literally painting with this color. Like, it does not take much. Now, if it cures, I do kind of pat and pull it like I am here, and I just take any of the excess off of the tip, and it's fine. So there's that Sandcastles. It's just so pretty and shimmery, and I love it. But, yeah, so I don't know what I was going to say. Just brush it down. I'm trying to keep it as opaque as I can at the cuticle because, you know, it's kind of a delicate balance. You want to keep it thin, but you want to also have it be full coverage. So right now I'm going to go in on the new index finger with that Adore glitter from the Diamond Acrylic collections from Glam and Glits. So Glam and Glits has 2 glitter acrylics that are very similar to one another. So it's Adore, this one's Adore, and then there's another rose gold glitter that's rose copper, I think, and that's from the glitter acrylic collection. And it comes in a 2-ounce jar, so it's a little bit bigger. But I think this one is a little bit more like pink leaning. I think that rose copper is more like lighter. I don't know, it's just lighter. But this also has like little flecks of gold in it. So it's kind of nice because it's a little bit multicolored. It gives it a little bit of dimension and it ties in well with that Sandcastles. So these glitters are also really nice because you can just go in and it doesn't take a whole lot to make them opaque, but they stay thin. So now I'm still going in with Adore. So after I go in with Adore, I'm basically going to take a very tiny, after I brush this, goodness gracious, move on, Kens. Alright, I think now we're ready. Maybe, oh my gosh, no we're not. So I'm just finessing it so it's a little smoother and it looks a little nicer and keeping it thin. Now I'm going to go in with a little tiny bead of clear and I'm going to dip into that pure glitter mix of Poppy from Exclusive Nail Couture, and I'm just going to kind of sparsely put that on top of that nail because it's, you know, it's around the same color as Adore is, but I really just wanted the holographic kind of look. So now I'm going to go in on that middle finger and I'm going to complete this ombre. And watch how easy this ombre is. I'm going to use Sandcastles from the cuticle up. So I just tap it into the cuticle. I have my brush at a 45-degree angle. And I take the top of the bead and I just swipe it down. And honestly, look at that fade. Like, the shimmer fades flawlessly and it looks so pretty. I'm just adding a little bit more at the cuticle to make sure that, like I said, it's opaque enough and to make sure that my ombre is even. But look how effortless that was. Boom, ombre nail. So now I'm going to go in with my Fantastic file, which is great for filing smile lines because it really gets that wall nice and straight. I've got it at a 90-degree angle, flat up against that smile line wall, and I'm going to file it to make sure that it is straight, especially with stiletto nails. This is important. You want to make sure that it's not like lopsided or uneven or asymmetric because you have that point on the nail. So I'm going to just take away the dust so it's not in our design. And I'm going to go in with a teeny tiny bit on the wings first of Adore. So because this glitter is pretty opaque, and you know, I don't need to try too much to get it to be full coverage. That works to my advantage. So I'm really pushing it up against those sides, and then I bring it up towards the like middle of the nail, and then I just fade it up a little bit because like I said, I do want that tip to be clear. I want it to kind of be fading into the tip, and then the tip is clear, which it's really not that hard to do. And I think I mentioned in my last video or one of my videos, if you're having trouble figuring out how to ombre, start with glitter because you'll kind of set yourself up for success. Glitter is very easy to fade as long as you have the right kind of glitter. I would try fading glitter acrylics first because pure glitters have you have to have a little bit of finesse to work with them. So I'm just getting that glitter where I want it. I'm taking it in very small beads. I would recommend that if you're doing design work, just work in little sections because there's no sense you know, going in and having one huge bead and then you have too much. So now I'm going to go in with that pure glitter mix, well, not even a mix, pure glitter poppy from Exclusive Nail Couture. I am not even taking this on a bead of clear. I am literally taking it on my wet brush that is full with monomer, and I'm pressing it into the glitter that I just laid. Because that glitter is mixed with acrylic, that Adore from Glam and Glits. So this is going to stay where I put it if I press it into that glitter. The reason I'm not adding any clear acrylic with this poppy is because, first of all, I'm not working with a whole lot of space. Don't want to add too much glitter, and I don't want to add the bulk because we want those sides to be nice and skinny. So I'm just kind of moving it around where I want it, and then I make sure it's pressed in so that it cures in there, and then I kind of leave it be. Alright, so now I've gone over the nail with a little bit of monomer, and I'm going to clear cap. I went over clear capping a lot in my last video, so I'm probably just going to let you watch this. As you can see, I can do like a one ball method to clear capping with this brush because it is a little bit bigger. Some people will use like a smaller size brush, like maybe a number 8 or a number 10, to do the design work, and then they'll do the clear capping with like a bigger brush, which is not altogether a bad idea, but you know, that's just what they do. I kind of work with one size of a brush throughout the whole set, so I will just let you watch all this clear capping. Alright, so all these nails are filed. I'm going to use gummy jelly, which means I'm placing rhinestones. Yeah, so I'm really not putting a whole lot of gummy jelly on. I don't need a whole lot of it. So I'm going to go with gummy jelly. Then I'm going to go in with Shine E. That is the original, well, not the original, but it's the older packaging. So I'm sorry it's not as pretty. I'm going to put that on top of that gummy jelly. And then I'm going to place my rhinestones. And honestly, I'm putting 3 rhinestones on this nail. I'm putting a bigger one down towards like the middle of the cuticle. And it's not huge, but you know. I'm putting a bigger one in the middle, and then I will put a smaller rhinestone on either side of that big rhinestone. Just for a little pizzazz, spice up that nail. This is totally optional. Isn't needed, but it was on the picture, and I liked that. So, yeah, I thought it turned out really pretty. And then I will cure that in the lamp for 60 seconds on its own. So now I'm going to showcase a different product. I'm going to show you top coating with the Kiara Sky non-wipe top coat, which is a little thicker than the shiny top coat, but it is just as nice. And just watch this top coat reveal. Oh, look at that. Honestly, this color does kind of remind me of sand. Like how sand kind of sparkles a little bit when it's in the sun. I don't know, so I guess that makes sense, sand castles. And look at this one. I love doing top coat on glitters. This is a really good top coat to use if you're doing like artwork or stamping because it is a little thicker. Oh, look at that hollow come through, hollow. And then I'm going to put a little bit on the underside of the nail as well because I have that clear tip. Look how clear that tip is. Oh my gosh. I could use that as like a magnifying glass. So I'm not going to top coat that middle nail because it's already top coated. But look at that full glitter nail. That's so pretty. And so I'm going to put that in my Darling lamp from Exclusive Nail Couture for 60 seconds. And that is your finished look. Please subscribe to my channel and like this video, comment, and thanks for watching.